Your future life passes in a glimpse. Beat heard the door open and turned around in panic to see his mother entering. He was a boy of 13 years but presently not dressed that way. Instead he wore a brown boucle pullover with a wide turtleneck and a knee-length brownish checked skirt. Both were his mother's. He had started to try on his mother's clothes just a few months ago. He could not explain why, but he did it with a lot of guilt and shame. Nevertheless, despite the fact that after each dressing session he promised to himself never to do it again, the next time he had the chance he did it again. The indiscernible urge was just too overwhelming. The clothes did not really fit his slim body well. The pullover was quite loose but okay, while the skirt was fair to wide. He had to put a belt into the two hanger loops of the skirt in order to keep it up. However, these were his favorite pieces of his mother's wardrobe, mainly because of the fabric, which was very different from his boy clothes. "May, what do we have here?" his mother asked with a strange look on her face. "It is just a joke," he stuttered. "A joke? What do you mean?" "I was a bit bored and saw the clothes on the chair and wondered how they would look and feel." "And how do they?" "Well, quite okay, but I was just going to put them back when you were entering." By saying this he lifted the pullover to unbuckle the belt. "Stop it," came from his mother, who was grabbing the waistband of the skirt. "This is at least 10 centimeters too wide." Still holding the too wide fabric of the waistband of the skirt, she pulled him to the table. His mother was a seamstress and she worked at home, altering clothes for different clothing stores. The room with the large wardrobe they were presently in was her working room. She grabbed a thing from the desk with a small cushion with a lot of pins pushed into it and put it around her left wrist. Still holding the spare fabric of the waistband at the seam, she put a first pin to fix it. A second and a third followed before Beat was out of his initial shock. "What are you doing? Please stop." Unimpressed, his mother put the fourth and fifth pin in and was already down at his hip. "Please, please, Mom, I will never do it again. Please just let me take it off," he was pleading with tears in his eyes. "Stop whimpering, I'm almost done and then you can take it off," was his mother's answer. Proficient as she was, this was the case a minute later. She helped him out of the skirt carefully. As he had it off and started to get the pullover off, she stopped him again. "We are not done yet, young lady. Keep the pullover on and put this on while I am altering your skirt." By this she gave him a jeans skirt she had pulled out of a lower drawer. "I cannot wear it anymore, it is an old one and much too slim for me. If it fits, it's yours." "Mom, are you crazy? Put the jeans skirt on before we discuss mental health," she ordered in a strict voice. Beat knew not to disobey. While he was putting the skirt on, puzzled by all what happened, his mother was already altering the other skirt she had labeled as your skirt with the sewing machine. He had expected when caught by his mother that she would scream and ordering him to take off the clothes right away, but now this reaction. What was she up to? Suddenly, he started to fear that she wanted to dress him like a girl and show him off to his father and his older brother. That would be his death. He was starting to shake and could not manage to close the button of the skirt, which in addition was the wrong way around. "Come here, I'll help you. You will learn to button up this way in no time." "Oh, it is a perfect fit. How do you like your first own skirt?" "Mom, please stop it. I will be nice and never ever do it again," he was pleading. "Young lady, this is certainly not the end but the beginning, just enjoy." "Mom, please. I'm not a girl." "I'm not so sure about that," answered his mother. "You dress up in my clothes for months now and seem to enjoy being a girl. Do you think I have not noticed you dressing in my skirts and things?" Oh, she did know all the time and put up a trap today, he thought. Now go and fetch the dark brown boots with the 5 centimeters heels just around the corner. We have about the same size and they will fit lovely to your brown skirt and pullover. I'm done in a minute and you can try your new clothes on. Mom, please, please let's stop this. Please don't make me wearing these clothes in front of Dad and Bob. I'm sorry that I dressed up in your clothes. You don't have to be sorry, and they are now your clothes. Here, try your new skirt on. I'm done. Still puzzled, Beat stepped out of the jeans skirt and into his altered brown skirt. It was a perfect fit and deep down he loved it. Then his mother ordered him to put on the boots and to model for her. She also took some photos. I am not intending to show you dressed like this to your dad and brother. That would stop all at once. What then? When I recognized your interest in female clothes, I investigated on the internet and also had several long talks with Nancy. You know, my friend from high school who works now as a psychiatrist. We decided for an immersion therapy for you, whenever we two are alone at home, which will be most of the time with Bob going to college next week and your dad on travel most of the time. You will dress as Beatrice. You will help me with the domestic chores, and most of all you will be my fashion model. I am fed up with altering cheap and uninspired clothes. My dream was always to be a fashion designer for young fashion. With your interest in female fashion and my dream, we are a perfect team. Beat was just speechless. Slowly it dawned on him that he will spend a lot of time in dresses and skirts. His mother continued, I have no intention to reveal our little secret to anybody we know except for Nancy. By the way, we have an appointment with her in 50 minutes and then we have to do some shopping. Here is a jacket and a bag, let's go. He was totally surprised and found himself already in the car when he realized that he will be out of the house dressed as a girl. Smooth your skirt when you sit down and enjoy the ride, Beatrice. This is like Christmas and Easter to have a lovely daughter. They drove to a larger town quite a bit away and Beatrice was more relaxed since he was sure that the chance to meet somebody he knew there was very slim. His mother pulled up into a parking lot in front of a large building and they went in. For Beat it was quite an experience to leave the car and to feel the breeze under his skirt. Surprisingly, he had not too much problems to walk in the boots since they had a wide heel, but he had to walk differently and he was well aware about how he was dressed. However, nobody came close and paid much attention. When they entered the elevator they were alone, but in the last moment a woman in her early 30s entered also. Thank you very much for taking me with you. You have a lovely daughter and so nicely dressed. Thank you. Yes, Beatrice likes very much feminine fashion. She never was a tomboy and always wanted to wear dresses and skirts only. How lucky you are. All my friends with daughters complain about them just running around in pants and t-shirts. I know how lucky I am and I am enjoying every minute to be together with her. She hopes to become a fashion model in some years' time, but I'm not so sure if I want that. It is a tough business and a lot of the models have anorexia. I think I will keep her as my own healthy fashion model in dresses and skirts for the next years. You know, I am a seamstress planning to design my own fashion together with Beatrice. Beat was just standing there speechless about the discussion. I'm actually also in the teen fashion business and we really have to make sure that our models do not fall into this pattern when older. For us it is just a no-go to promote this picture of young women. That's very brave since the mainstream is flowing in a different direction. From my mother. No, we do believe that the quiet majority is fed up with these starved models and would go for a different type of fashion if they had the opportunity. The elevator stopped and the woman had to exit. Since they were still into their discussion, his mother left too. Beat had no other chance and stepped out with them. Here is where I'm working, the woman who introduced herself to them as Amanda explained. They looked at the sign filling almost the whole wall. Young Fashionistas was framed with the pictures of two teen models in fresh and colorful attire. This is my brand, Amanda explained. You are the owner? Yes, I just started a few months ago after having been working in the fashion industry for the last 10 years and I'm always looking for some new inspiration. If you have a first collection, Catherine, please let me know. Beatrice, we will have a fashion show Saturday in a week and I'm still looking for some models for the young teens fashion. Would you like to give it a try? Beat was taken by surprise since this was the first time he was directly addressed. What were his options for a reaction? His mother had indicated his enthusiasm for fashion and his plan to become a model. He had only one way to react without sounding very odd. Oh, Amanda, you got me by surprise. Yes, I would love to. Okay then. Rehearsal is next Saturday at 2 p.m. You just have to wear underwear in light color like white or light pink for the summer collection. The bra should be strapless for the shoulder-free dresses and tops. You don't have to care for makeup or nail polish, that will be done by my staff. By the way, I like your pixie cut. It is almost boyish and will make a point with the very feminine clothes. That's fine with you? Beat's mother was beaming with pride hearing about her daughter's appointment, and he said, yes, perfect. I will be here next Saturday if Mom allows. Sure, Beatrice, I'm so happy for you, and I will drive you. May I see the rehearsal? Of course, Catherine, you will be my guest. After exchanging phone numbers, the two entered the elevator again with happy smiles on their faces. They could directly enter Nancy's office, and she came in moments later. Nice to meet you, Beatrice. Your mother told me quite a lot about you. How do you feel? Great. And he explained what happened in the last few hours since his mother entered the room. Now, with all this background information, I can directly begin with your treatment. The immersion therapy should assure to give you ample time to find your inner self. I will administer a testosterone blocker to delay male puberty and to win time for your decision whether you would like to become a man or a woman. Ready for the first shot? Yes, I am. Beat was still turning around while his mother was entering. He came out of the dream, which lasted a few hours in his impression, but actually was over in a glimpse. What the hell are you doing here in my clothes? She shouted and slapped his face hard. She took some photos and announced to send them to all his friends at any event in the future in which he did not behave. In case she would catch him again in her clothes, she explained, she will drag him out on the street and parade him through town. Then, she literally tore the clothes off him and sent him to bed. There, a sobbing Beatrice escaped to the parallel world of the upcoming fashion show.